Cosmic Mind, goddamn motherfucking goddamn what? You motherfucking V. God damn, this is where you need to be. Cosmic Mind UV is where you need to be, baby. Cosmic Mind you goddamn V is where the fuck you should be. You hear me? We gonna talk about this US debt, man. We gonna talk about this debt. We gonna be as brief as we can. And I'm gonna do my best not to get overly passionate, because I know y'all, a lot of y'all, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Authenticity flows, baby. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We gonna be as brief as possible. Yeah. Make sure you share this, man. Make sure you share this. Yeah, man. I know people supposed to be doing the boycott and all of that, but let's talk about this US motherfucking debt. Matter of fact, I'm about to go share this, man. Y'all just hang tight for a second. Hang tight for a second. Yo. All right. As of today, February 28th, as of today, February 28th, the United States national debt stands at approximately y'all ready? I don't want to rush the number. $36.22 motherfucking trillion, man. This debt comprises two main components. This debt comprises two main components. Debt held by the public. Now watch this. This is the debt that's held by what they call the U.S. citizens, and they love you so much. They love you, love America. Oh, I love it so much. Yeah. All right. The debt that's held by the public, which we shouldn't even be holding the debt because they got the fucking straw man and they got the birth certificates and all that shit to pay the debts, ain't it? Okay. But the debt by the public amounting to about. So I keep telling y'all, when they use certain words, that means it's roughly, it could be a little more. You see, they said about. Okay. 28.9 trillion. This is by the public people. Y'all people that vote so much. Y'all people that love this government so much. Y'all people that love this united bullshit so much. You feel me? I'm gonna do your Bill Cosby. You hold 20, you talking about boycotting some shit. 28.9 trillion. And intragovernmental holdings, intragovernmental holdings. I wonder what these governmental holdings are. Totaling roughly 7.32 trillion. The national debt represents the cumulative amount of money the federal government has borrowed to cover budget deficits and finance various programs and services. Okay? So has any of these programs and services, a lot of them haven't been beneficial to a lot of y'all. It's made a lot of y'all entitled and shit and spoiled and all of this type of shit, and intellectually lazy and all that. So yeah. They're revising a lot of these programs and services and all of this other shit, because a lot of these programs and shit be just come ups, and it just be camouflage with the it's for the children, it's for the this, it's for the that. Unless you see where that money is going, and it's been a public breakdown to where that money is going, you don't know where the fuck that money going. These motherfuckers tell you anything. It's for the children. It's for the forest. It's for the something. It's for the rainforest. It's for the children with needs. You know what I mean? Unless you see that money going, unless it's some checks and balances, proof that shit is going, I ain't trying to hear this shit. All right. Motherfuckers form businesses and corporations to wash money and move money and do fuck shit all the time. The national debt represents the cumulative amount of money that federal government has borrowed to cover budget deficits and finance the programs and the services. A budget deficit occurs when government expenditures exceed its revenues. That means you spending more money than you motherfucking making, bitch. You're spending more money than you motherfucking making, bitch. And this is why a lot of people in this fucking realm do the same shit. It's called a trickle-down effect, nigga. Huh? It's called a trickle-down effect. This is why a lot of people do the same shit. They spend beyond their means. They don't even know why half the goddamn time. They don't even know why half the time, man. They just spending. You know what I mean? A lot of us just be spending and shit. It was me back in the days too. Man. Just spending just cause you're bored. Motherfuckers spend cause they depressed. Huh? Am I right or wrong? Motherfuckers will go shopping cause they depressed. They call it shopping therapy. Huh? Am I bugging or not? I mean, I may be bugging. But I know I'm not. Motherfuckers will call that shit shopping therapy, baby. How many motherfuckers you know about what's them shits called on TV? Them telemarketing commercials? They the telemarketing queen. They buying up everything cause they depressed. Don't tell me motherfuckers ain't finna be on their mean, nigga. Motherfuckers gotta go fund me a funeral. Motherfuckers spending beyond their means, nigga. Motherfuckers gotta keep asking for handouts from these different entities. Motherfuckers spending beyond their means, man. Motherfuckers gotta keep depending on these entities. Motherfuckers spending beyond their means. And then watch this. I keep telling y'all, them hollow days is making what? Y'all don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't. But that's one of the activities, one of many that people do what? Spend beyond their motherfucking means. Motherfuckers don't be wanting to hear the shit. But then motherfuckers be like, how can black people become financially liberated? Do you really want to hear the answer? Do you really want the answer? How they gonna become more financially liberated? First of all, by stop spending more than what the fuck you make, and stop spending more with other groups than your own group. One thing I noticed about black people, we work harder for other groups than our own shit. Y'all notice that? When niggas gotta go to work, boy, y'all niggas is working hard. Most of y'all. Y'all work, and even if you not doing no work on the clock, a lot of y'all be busting y'all ass to get there. You know what I mean? So, in some type of fashion, you working hard. You know what I mean? And like I told y'all, it's just these other families, companies that they own and run. You hear me? These other what they call secret society families, they own pretty much everything, Black Rocks and shit. All these people, you know what I mean? And a lot of these, just like Big Pharma, a lot of these just different companies, they just different businesses. They just different business families doing big business by exploiting the masses, baby. That's what big business is about, exploiting the masses, baby. That's the only way big business can work. How is it gonna be big if I don't get a big amount of people? If I don't exploit a big amount of people, how is it a big business? Just like churches. Y'all looking at churches, this goddamn personal experience and saving y'all. Why you got to give up money then? Why you got to give up money then, baby? Because it's business, baby. Huh? Cause it's business, baby. Motherfuckers be rocked to sleep and thinking, oh man, I'm going to church cause I'm getting uplifted. And man, niggas got to get you in that building so they can keep the goddamn lights on, nigga. Damn, motherfuckers don't get that. Y'all don't get, if y'all not in church, they aren't able to keep the lights on, man. Y'all can't get that simple shit. Ain't that why they got the building fund, man? Huh? They literally called it the building fund right in front of your face. And what the fuck you think that fund go to? And then the building fund is fairly new. When I was younger, they ain't had no building fund. They just had tithes and offerings and you know, maybe a little extra offering. But yeah, that building fund is fairly new. You know. Yeah. Motherfuckers wasn't getting enough money from you, so they had to create another stream, baby. They had to create another idea to make that stream come in, baby. All right. To bridge this gap, because I know niggas like, well, what about the solutions? To bridge this gap, the government issues securities such as treasury bonds, bills. Look, watch this now. See, this is if you don't understand in simplicity what a person is saying to you or verbiage, motherfuckers will slip shit right past you. Motherfuckers will slip shit right past you. It said what? To bridge this gap, the government issues securities such as treasury bonds, bills. What type of bills they be doing? The bills that everybody brag on paying for, and then they'll be upset with the what? But you don't understand, you funding the same shit you hate by paying the bill. I keep telling niggas this shit. Damn. God damn. And I'm not even upset with them because it's a excellent mechanism system. I mean, wouldn't you put a system like this together for your peoples to thrive off of for like since the 19 whatever? Would you not set in place, not do all of the shit, you know, not the graphic shit, but I'm just saying the business stuff. You wouldn't set up a shit like this for your people, or your group of people, or the people you align with, you know, to thrive. Of course, minus a lot of exploitation, you know. Minus the indentured, you know, stuff and all this other shit. And so when I said all they need you for is to help, basically what that statement just said was the government taxes the fuck out of its own. Well, the government should be the people, by the way. The government shouldn't be no secret entities. The government is the people. That's why they call it student body, you know, shit like that. The government body is supposed to be the actual people that is governing. We supposed to be able to what? Govern ourselves. Without regulation. Not to say you're gonna be just wilding out and not have no fucking moral compass. So like I said, they have to tax you, them, us, them, they, those, everybody, 15 trillion times. Because they owe everybody. And like it just said, to bridge this gap, and if y'all ghost watching me too, I be having more numbers on my views than it be actual viewers. So that means y'all standing outside this shit watching, like the spook that's set by the door type shit. And that's another thing I gotta address real quick about black people or melanin indigenous people. It's like we wait around for people to get hot or get popular, and then we be like, oh, okay, that's enough justification for me to fuck with them. I told y'all that shit. Y'all gotta start seeing the greatness in people before the shit come, and then after it come, you expect them to what? Honor you the same way as before it got there. Nah, my nigga, nah, it ain't the same thing. It's not. Which are purchased by investors, both domestic and internationally. So watch this. It said to bridge the gap, the government issues securities such as treasury bonds, bills, and notes which are purchased by investors. Who are these investors? So when people be like, everything is already prepaid, everything is already paid, why are we paying bills? Listen to the statement. To bridge the gap, the government issues securities such as treasury bonds, bills, and notes, fiat notes, money notes, which are purchased by investors. So if your bills are already purchased by an investor, how do you owe it? If you I'm just asking, huh? How we owe motherfuckers and the bills have been purchased by investors? Both domestic and internationally. So everybody getting a little bit. Everybody getting a little piece, ain't it, man? In recent years, the national debt has seen significant growth, influenced by factors such as tax policies. So that means, see, there you go. So that leads back to the opening statement. They have to fucking tax you constantly for debts that they owe that's already paid. As far as the bills that they issuing you, they just said an investor, domestic and internationally, buys the bills and the treasury bonds and the fucking notes. They buy all of that, right? So how do we owe shit? So in recent years, so people like, well, damn, the taxes is high. Why the fuck the tax so high? Inflation. All these different words people talking about. This is what drives the inflation. Such as tax policies, increased spending on entitlement programs, and responses to economic challenges. But the economic challenges are there because of what? See, that's what I'm saying. It's contradicting statements. Why is the economic challenges there? Because motherfuckers are taxing motherfuckers constantly. And they're creating the shit by the debt that they have with whomever. So a lot of this shit, when people say they created that, this is literally the articulation. Oh man, they created that shit. I'm literally breaking that shit down to you right now. Watch this. Notably, The debt has more than, here we go, you ready? You ready? I hope you're ready now. I hope you're ready. Woo, ah. So all this taxing, all this pressure on you, me, them, they, those, right? All this extracurricular ass bullshit, right? And guess what? Just guess what? Y'all guess what? Guess what? People like to guess anyway, so fuck it. Go ahead and guess what? Guess who, what, when, and where. Okay. Notably, the debt has more than doubled. More than doubled. You see the wording? More than doubled. So that shit could quadruple. That shit could have goddamn whatever's beyond quadruple. Over the past 15 years. So if the debt has doubled, wouldn't that create economic challenges? See what I'm talking about? The contradictory? See, you got to know how to break this wording shit down, man. It's great to read, but if you don't know what the fuck you reading, then yeah. Huh? That's called comprehension. So when a lot of people be out here saying, man, that man crazy, or that woman crazy, or that person crazy, man, they saying everything supposed to be free, everything, they supposed to be working a job, they supposed to be working hard, they supposed to be working, they supposed to get degrees and shit, they supposed to be doing it, they supposed to be Here we go. The rising national debt has prompted discussions amongst policymakers and economists about its potential implications for the economy. Concerns include the sustainability of current fiscal policies, the burden of interest payments on the federal budget, and the potential impact on future economic growth. So this is what I be saying, y'all, and then look on a more simplistic basis. Let's go even more simple. This is why they aren't able to pay you more money. People say we want more wages, we want more da 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 da. They are not reinvesting in the country or the corporation or this land mass. They're not reinvesting properly. So the trickle down, this is why I say it's a trickle down effect all the way down to what they say in math, the least common denominator. The least common denominator. So this is what I mean by overstanding economics, overstanding business, how this shit is set up. You feel what I'm saying? How this game is played and set up and all of this other stuff. And potential on impact impact on future economic growth. So if your country is not growing overall, then you're not gonna thrive overall. You're not gonna thrive for generations. Do you see? Unless you really, really understand what's going on early. Like you You got an understanding of this shit early, and you got it, and you financially smart, and you know what I'm saying. You got a network circle, or you got some mentors. Just like we went into the show the other day, having mentors, the right mentors, and everything. Spirit guides, mentors, life coaches, whatever word is sound great for you. You feel me? Yeah, you know what I mean, because if we overstanding business and finance is pretty much the majority of the knowledge as far as within doing this, moving and grooving, and what they call winning or thriving in this type of setup. You feel me? So the earlier we over understand it, our youth, you see what I'm saying? We keep saying generational wealth. We need to be passing intellectual generational wealth. Some skills, some trades, some, you know what I mean? Some tangible. Let me put that word in there. Some tangible skills and trades, some wisdom, some hands-on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes if they don't even want to do it, you know what I mean? That's the thing about being the head, right? They don't understand in the moment what it is. You hear me? They may not understand. Hell, a lot of adults don't understand the importance of a lot of shit in the moment. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So, yeah. All right, let's get a little sippy sip. Y'all get a little sippy sip. Addressing the national debt may require a combination of spending adjustments and revenue enhancements. Okay, all right, so that might be what a lot of people are in an uproar about right now. Or, oh man, they taking money from here. Oh man, they stopping this. Oh man, they revising that. This is what business is about, y'all. God damn. This is why I be saying, man, woo. Even on some people's jobs, you do a review. You feel me? So in business, you not gonna review your business? You're not gonna review your company, your whatever you got, your services, your products, your whatever, your marketing strategy, all that. So that's what you're seeing. See, that's what I'm saying. If it was more people of some type of business savvy, even if it's mid-grade, you feel me? They will understand, well, damn, a lot of shit do need revision. It was what did it just say? It said, let me see, what did it say? It said the concerns include sustainability of the current fiscal policies. That means the current, well, not current because they're doing changes to it now. But before the current, you know what I'm saying? The past stuff was obviously trash for the overall landmass, company, corporation, USA, whatever you consider, wherever you are, you feel me, to thrive, not to survive. There's a difference. A lot of people ask, why do these other countries have this and this and this? Why are they so far ahead? These are the reasons. You're seeing a thriving country or area or a thriving group of people. Do you see what I'm saying? Because the beings or people or the entities or the families or the whatever that's running the area is reinvesting into the area properly. And they know the number one reinvestment is the government of the people. The well-being of the people, etc. That's why a lot of countries banned a lot of foods over here. Because they have what? The well-being of the overall people, their people in their area. It don't matter if you look like them or not. If you in their area, this is what it is. The burden of interest payments. Now, how many people that you know saying, damn, the interest on this house is high as fuck. The interest on this car, or the interest on this credit card, or whatever it is you have, you know what I mean? But then not overstanding why it's high. Not overstanding why it's high. Because they getting us, me, them, they, those two what? Pay back some sort of fucking debt that we don't owe. And then it says on the federal budget and the potential impact on future economic growth. Addressing, it says a combination of spending adjustments and revenue enhancements to align the government's fiscal trajectory with long-term economic stability. Okay. The United States owes debt to a combination of domestic and foreign creditors. The debt is divided into two categories. All right. Debt held by public. So that's what we were discussing. All right. That's why I did a show. Check out this show I did with Grand Sheik called Public versus Private. See, it be seeming like it don't be important until it's important. This is why we gotta understand this stuff. It's called legalities. These word plays. And in the spiritual world, it's called spelling, you know, and spells and all this other stuff. You hear me? A play on words, whatever we got, whatever. It says the public, which is you, me, them, they, those, your neighbor, the people, your haters, all that, is 28.9 trillion. This includes money borrowed from investors outside the federal government, such as foreign governments and investors. That's 7.4 trillion. Huh? This includes money that what? The U.S. borrowed. This includes money borrowed. So you not reinvesting. So, oh my God, this is a fucking dummy ass conundrum. You not reinvesting into the people so that the economy can thrive better, so that this shit can be ahead and make a profit and catch up. You know what I mean? Then you gotta go borrow. From the people that you already owe money to, and to only turn around and not reinvest it properly again? I don't see how these other people ain't moved on something. I'm telling you. Man, You talking about playing in your face. You talking about playing in your face. You imagine somebody playing. You talking about, man, motherfuckers that get you for $5 nowadays, $10. You talking about trillion. What you got, Dr. Evil say? Trillion for fillion. What Dr. Evil say? Trillion for $1,000,000,000. I mean, astronomical. And then we got people that's our homies, friends, fam, colleagues scared to go in debt a couple $1,000s to invest in something that's gonna make more money. Ain't it, man? These motherfuckers going into debt trillions, 3, 4, 5 times over to do whatever the fuck they doing. You know what I mean? Playing and shit. You hear me? And then we got motherfuckers around us, in front of us, on the side, behind, diagonal, all that shit. Motherfuckers want to invest a couple hundred, a couple dollars, start an investment pot. Motherfuckers want to invest. Yo, bro, hey man, that $50 too much, bro. That $25 too much, bro. Hey, this is some funny ass shit. This shit is funny. This shit is irritating and funny at the same time. God damn. So if the public owes 28.9 trillion, instead of taking the money from the investors that they borrowed at 7.4 trillion to reduce, it's not gonna clear the whole thing, but to reduce, to infuse and do investment spending and spending properly to get it down. It says top foreign holders as of late 2024. You may as well just say the 2025 shit. You hear me? Top foreign holders. All right. Japan. So when we saying why is this and that, or why do they be treating you in such a way in they nail shops or they stores and that shit? You know why? Cause they run shit. Huh? They got their own manufacturing, they own everything, and then they can put they label on made in what? And then if it ain't made from them, it's made from one of they what? Partners, people they in affiliation with, affiliates. This is why network circle it really mean a lot. That's why when people say people around you aren't able to live, won't limit you. Yeah, they can. In a variety of ways if you stay. But we talking about money now. We talking about finances now. We talking about that now. Fuck the feelings. So this is why certain groups walk around a certain way. This is why, you know what I mean? Yeah, they gonna have, a Chinatown or whatever town, or they different businesses, or they different whatever. And yeah, they don't really they want your money, but they really don't want you. Like they really, if you would just give them the money for real and not even get none of their shit, they'll fuck with that. Huh? And we talking about shutting them down. Nah, just stop doing business with them. Let them sell that shit to somebody else, and then you do like they do your shit. take the idea and sell that shit to they people. But you know what? They group ain't gonna buy that shit. They ain't gonna buy your shit in masses. They not gonna buy your shit in masses, B. Huh? And then guess what? They produce most of this shit in masses. Japan, 1.1 trillion. These are the, when it said they borrowed from the investors, so these are the investors. 1.1 trillion to Japan, 800 billion to China. Negative, by the way. So negative 1.1 trillion, negative 800 billion. The United Kingdom, negative 700 billion. Switzerland, Ireland, and others. All these people, like, how you gonna have a thriving? What you about to be thriving in, B? What you about to? That's why they say debt slaves. That's what I'm saying. You aren't able to have nothing else but that. You because they got so much debt. Right or wrong? So yeah, they gotta finesse us. Yeah, they gotta get you propaganda. Yes, they gotta do all that shit. Yeah, god damn it. U.S. individuals and institutions, banks, mutual funds, pension funds, insurance companies. So all it, Private investors through treasury bonds, bills, and notes. So this is all pretty much debts or something that is owed or whatever, or something that is just the Federal Reserve, negative 5.5 trillion. So when you hear people say the Federal Reserve don't have no money, so when you hear whoever says it, when you get into the math, the shit gonna make you laugh. Ain't it, man? The Fed buys treasury securities as part of monetary policy. So that means what? That means what? That means what? Treasury securities are what? Through treasury bonds, bills, and notes, right? The Federal Reserve, oh man. I'm composing myself because I understand what people should really be in the uproar about. When I be saying people be bragging about how many bills you pay instead of how much you own, or how many bills you're not paying, or people like take pride in paying bills when I be saying it's only attached to another company, when I be saying shit like that, then when like I say, I got to bring these checks and balances. Like people be saying the receipts, but I say checks and balances. The bills are attached to another company that's owned by another family and entity that thrives off of extreme exploitation. Yes, they gotta make the TV with mad commercial. Yes, they gotta give you mad ads. Yes, god damn it. Do you hear how much they owe? Do you hear how much they owe, fam? Imagine most people can't even imagine owing $1,000. I'm serious. Some people would off they self if they owe $1,000. And we out this shit saying, y'all come together and do what? Unless we building some capital to build some self-sustainability and a eco or economic, whatever, however you pronounce the shit, because it's eco or eco, so whatever, economic system, you feel me? A thriving one, then we bullshitting. We bullshitting. We are bullshitting. Salute to the ones that's doing it. Here after farms and different ones, you feel me? It's just not happening at enough of a clip. Remember when I was saying that? It be seeming like, oh man, it's and I know it be sounding like, oh man, this nigga's a hater or this dude is that. It just, you just gotta broaden your perspective, man. Cause god damn, man. That last, what was the one I did? The show I did on economics, what, 2 days ago? It said melanin, indigenous, black, whatever you got, people and beings, whatever, owned how much land in 1910? 16 to 19 million acres. Million acres. So that was some of these quote unquote black towns a lot of people like to brag about. And by the year 1970, going into 1980, motherfuckers only own 1.5 to 2 million, fam. And guess what group owned 95%? And I'm gonna let you do the homework. But land ain't important. Motherfuckers be talking about all this other stuff that I mean, it matter in a sense, certain stuff, but does it matter to the grand scheme of forward progress, man? Nobody should have to say boycott no businesses, fam. Huh? Y'all need to boycott the churches. Let's get into it. Ain't it, man? Oops. You need to boycott the Sky Daddy factory. Oops. Cause most of them ain't been helping you thrive either. Oh, they've been doing little food drives and all that. Is it healthy food or is it GMO high sodium ass shit? I did a show about the black churches, how much they make every annually. Huh? That right there gonna sting. See, that right there gonna sting. Huh? Because most people don't see the church as no business. They thinking this, oh, whatever they thinking that shit is. You know what I mean? Everything around motherfuckers is business. But they like, business ain't for everybody. Where you dwell is business. Where you go is business. Where you whatever is some sort of business being conducted. Why we keep playing? Intragovernmental holdings. So I'm gonna explain what intragovernmental holdings is. That's negative 7.32 trillion. I mean, are y'all getting the picture of like why shit is obsolete, fam? Oh man. This debt is the government this debt is the government owes itself. This is the debt the government owes itself. So that's intragovernmental holdings. That's what that intragovernmental. Okay, so you know what I mean, this is the debt. We ain't doing no distractions. Ain't no phone calls coming through. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, baby. They gonna get this good goddamn intellectual soup today, baby. They gonna get this goddamn good intellectual soup. Come get a scoop. Look. What is it? Intragovernmental holdings is the debt the government owes itself, primarily to trust funds, including Social Security trust funds, negative 2.8 trillion. Y'all ready? Hold on. So when I be saying ain't no real live job security out here, are you ready? I just need you to be ready. And I need you to let this shit sink the fuck in. Federal employee and military retirement fund is negative. So I'm not getting my veterans. They don't have no goddamn money, baby. They don't have no money. What they say, we fresh out. Hey, we fresh out of money, baby. Hey, we fresh out of new, even though they can print it. And that's why this is the problem. This has been the problem. So if it's your military retirement, so if you getting hyped up to be in that military, fam, yes, they gotta hype you up to get you in there. I don't even know how they paying you the goddamn bonus. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. Oh, that's why it takes so long for them to pay you to join. Cause they don't first give it to you when you first get it. Proud to be in America. Oh, I love it. I love America. Yeah, go to war. Oh. And these motherfuckers they don't even have the money to take care of you, baby. Ain't it, man? I got somebody right now that's a Earth Family Associate, young Nehru. He about to go do the military shit. Oh man. Well, oh well. Hope you ain't gonna plan to retire. Cause by the time you do that 20, I just saw a young youth with their military uniform on going to school, the school bus. I mean, by the time if she make it to 20 years, fam, where's the money to take care of her? If she has ailments, like my Earth Pops with the Agent Orange shit. Go review that. And that be people question, why is it veterans so homeless? Why is it veterans struggling? Why is it a lot of military veterans because they don't have no money? What you got, Dr. Claude Anderson say? There's no money. There's no money. And then they borrowing mad money to only do dumb shit with the money. To not reinvest the shit properly again. Over and over and over. And then the public funds the shit because the public has what? Debt also. It's called public funding. So they're borrowing from you, me, them, they, those through what? Come on with me. Come on, come. Garnishments, child support. Don't get me started. That's still a garnishment. Excessive taxes. That ain't nothing but motherfuckers it's just different mechanisms they extract that swallow. Hyping motherfuckers up to go to their institution so they can do what? Accrue debt. Because most people aren't paying cash for their certification or their degrees or whatever. They're not like paying up front. Okay, it's 50K. Okay, here go to 50K. You see what I mean? Most people going through the what? Their grants and their Pell Grants and their all of this stuff, right? So this is why certain groups call a lot of people that's unknowing shadow. That is human property for a reason, or goyim. This stuff I be bringing to you, it ain't no bullshit to be playing with, B. Yeah, some groups look down on others. You know why? Because they figured it out longer. Think about that. Think about you figured it out longer. You set up the traps. You set up everything. So why would I not look down on you? What the fuck? Why would they not? So federal employees, if you going through issues, that's why they what was that? That port strike. Because of the what? Come on with it, say it with me. Say it with me. Because of the goddamn money. They was demanding higher what? Say it with me. Watch this. Why does the U.S. borrow money? You ready? To cover budget deficits when expenses exceed tax revenue, which means they aren't able to tax your ass really enough. So all these taxes, all this bullshit for these motherfuckers to still have to borrow the money, fam, and it still not be enough. All this exploitation, all this propaganda, all this shit. To fund programs, I mean, like Social Security, Medicare, and defense. And it seemed like we need to defend ourselves from these motherfuckers that's doing the dumbass spending. Huh? It seemed like we would have to defend ourselves from the motherfuckers that's putting you, them, they, those, us in the deficit. Get a sippy sip, man. Get a sippy sip. And then it says to respond to economic crisis, parentheses, e.g. stimulus packages. Stimulus packages. Oh, for what? For people to spend the money right back to y'all, which you're not even supposed to be taxing them anyway, and then the taxes still ain't gonna be enough anyway, for then you to not reinvest the motherfucker shit back into the man, that shit, this shit is goddamn. Woo. Watch this. That's what I'm saying. If you really know what they say, read between the lines. Despite its large debt, this shit ain't even large no more. You talking about large? That shit is astronomical. That shit is astronomical. A couple million is large, fam. Few million here and there, I mean. Man, come on, man. The deficit, it's large. Oh, that is great. I gotta get that laugh in. That's funny as fuck. Despite its large deficit. The U.S. has not defaulted. You know why they haven't defaulted? Guess what? Hey, guess what? Guess why they have never, well, guess why they've never defaulted? As it can issue new debt. Look, to pay and hold old debt. Hey, I need you to please, like, are you really getting what are y'all, what they say back in the day? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Please say that slow. I want you to say that real slow. If it was thousands, if it was a couple hundred, I want you to say it real slow to yourself, what I just said. You ready? Let's slow it all the way down. Chop the screw. Oh shit. That shit said. Oh, this is some funny shit. And we got motherfuckers scared to go in debt to get some goddamn money. I'm talking about a couple $1,000s, baby. Man, this is something else. Woo! We scared to goddamn do collaborative investing. We scared to do family pots. We scared to do association, you know, our friends and associates and shit like that. All of that type of stuff. We don't want to do, man, we playing with debt anyway. Oh. All these financial fucking gurus. Are they breaking it down to y'all like this, fam? Huh? Cause everybody telling you, yeah, you can get all this money. You can access it. But fam. All right. Woo! You talking about being a deep diver and deep thinker, fam. And just knowing how to interpret this, what they call jargon. Man, if you don't know what a lot of this shit is saying in between the in-betweens, fam, I'm telling you, you're gonna be intellectually strung along all the time in different directions. Where we at? It said, all right, hold on, y'all. Gotta take a small commercial break. All right, y'all. All right, that was a break. That was a little break, y'all. I gotta start laughing more because this shit. I mean, man, woo! This shit is funny as fuck. It's irritating as fuck too. I've graduated to laughing because this shit is infuriating. When you really understand what I'm saying to you, B. Despite its large debt, right? Despite its large debt, the U.S. has not defaulted as it can issue. I gotta wrap this up. My little battery's running low. But it can what? Issue new debt to pay old. Hold on. We supposed to be standing slow. Hold on. They can issue new debt to pay old debt. So they gonna issue new debt. So that means money that's already, it ain't no profit in none of that shit. To pay old debt and raise revenue through taxation. So we just said in the previous the previous sentences, why it was the question on the thing was, why does the U.S. borrow money? It says to cover budget deficits when expenses exceed tax revenue. So that means what? It's not even gonna matter. They said to raise revenue. How you gonna raise revenue through taxation when you owe so much money? It's bullshit. It's just however, high debt levels raise concerns about interest payments. This is where the trickle-down effects come to with the modern, the simple consumer. When you go into the banks, when you go into these places, when you want to get finances, funding, loans, anything that has interest, not grants, but loans. You feel me? Anything that's gonna have interest on it. This is why when you going to get vehicles, damn, why this shit so high? This is a lot of the breakdown of the reason why, B. So this is what I be saying, that we don't understand big business, big corporation business, big companies, the terminologies. You understand me? And we don't understand how they correspond, how this game is played, how this shit is interwoven. Then it's like, man, I mean, hey, you know what I mean? The chattel and the debt slave shit is just gonna keep rolling on. They depend on people and taxes is voluntary. It's more than enough videos out there of that evidence. So please don't be like, well, how did you know that, man? It's so many goddamn videos about that shit, fam. If you don't know by now, then I mean, I feel for you. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? So here we go. Why does the U.S. owe so much? The United States has accumulated a massive, there you go, that sounds better. A massive, pause no homo fellas, a massive national debt. Now, like we said now, over 36 trillion. So the next time we talking about, man, I'm scared to make this investment. You got these people around you talking about they scared to invest, man. Refer them to this right here. Refer them to this presentation. Say, do you know the U.S. is 36 trillion in debt right now? So what are we talking here? It says now over. My bad. I skipped the word. Now over 36 trillion due to a combination of historical, economic, and policy related factors. Here's why the debt is so high. Persistent budget deficits. The U.S. spends more than it collects in revenue. Parentheses, taxes. almost every year. When the government runs a budget deficit, it borrows money by issuing treasury securities. Number two, this is another major issue, problem, whatever you want to call it. Major spending programs, Social Security and Medicare. So, okay, so for you political people and all of y'all, once you get into the numbers, this is what see, this is what I'm saying. If you overstand the numbers in business, fam, and then I told y'all that dude in the office is a fucking what? He's a businessman, first. Huh? So his first thing of order is gonna be to what? Revise the books. That's like a business going under new management, or you taking over a new company, or you taking over, like it's franchises out here right now for sale. You know what I mean? You know, you're not gonna go over their books, you're not gonna go over their revenue, you're not gonna go over their potential revenue for the forthcoming years and shit. So they call that a business overview. You feel me? So look, Social Security. So if you having these issues, I'm just saying to whomever, if you get into more study, research, or lock in or link into shows like this, you can get a better understanding of what the fuck is going on. Then you pursue with whatever steps that you need to do from there. Social Security and Medicare, these programs for retirees consume a significant portion of the budget. So when people are in an uproar, oh, they're cutting this, they're cutting that, because it what? Consumes a significant portion of the budget. See? There you go right there. There go the answer right there. I wish they would give it to y'all that simple. You know what I mean? But I guess not. Defense and military. The U.S. spends more on defense than the next 10 countries combined. I need you to let that all the way, just let it all the way trickle down. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Let that sink all the way in. Let it mellow. Let it sit. Are these financial gurus telling y'all this stuff? I'm just asking. Whoever y'all popular, whoever, are they telling y'all this stuff? The U.S. spends more on defense. Let's say it together. Come on. Let's say it all together. Come on. Shimon. Y'all like that unity stuff y'all be pumping, right? More on defense than what? Come on, let's say it together. The next what? Come on. 10 countries combined. Healthcare costs. Medicaid, Medicare, and other healthcare expenses have grown dramatically. Why is that? Because they feed people to dis-ease, maybe because they fuck up all the majority of the foods and all. Well, you may as well say all of the shit. You may as well say. But that's a whole nother show. We have to ask that question. Why has Medicaid, Medicare, and other healthcare expenses grown drastically? You see that word? Drastically. Eco or economic crises and stimulus spending. 2008, write these notes down. These years or these numbers. Financial crisis, bailouts, and stimulus packages increased the debt. Let's go one more time. 2008 bailouts and stimulus packages increased the debt. COVID-19 pandemic. Nobody saw this was no business. Hold on. Trillions. Are you ready? Did you hear that word first? Did you hear that first word? Trillions were spent on relief packages. For something that most people say that those caused. You wouldn't have needed the relief packages. You talking about advanced narcissism, fam? You talking about like astronomical outer space narcissism? Woo! Y'all use that word. A lot of people use that word a lot. But man, woo! Unemployment aid, right? Unemployment aid. Then they said, and business support. They say, and business support. Tax cuts without matching spending cuts. Tax cuts without matching spending cuts. Several. So them people was all in the uproar, putting in the office, even though they already selected. But okay, whatever. All in the uproar. We put this. Okay, several administrations have implemented tax cuts, e.g. Bush 2001 and 2003 and Trump in 2017 to boost economic growth, but without reducing spending. This increased the deficit. So they didn't fix shit. This is what I be saying. It be seeming like a mother with you, not so much. See, it be sounding good as far as immediate gratification, but then when we look at the long-term effects, now we look at the long-term effects from 2001, 2003 to 2017 to now, it made it worse. So it seemed like it was great at the MA, but it made it worse. Interest on the debt. The U.S. pays interest on its debt. The U.S. pays interest on its debt. And as the debt grows, so do interest payments. Did you hear that? This is why we have to know money and economics. Fam, we got to know this game, B. If we don't know it, then we going to keep asking, why? Or just keep getting it taken advantage of. And then motherfuckers scared to invest in each other and what they say, go into debt. When motherfuckers already in debt. Soon as you do the birth certificate, ain't it mine? That's a whole nother show, man. God damn. The U.S. pays interest on its debt. And so how do we owe if they paying the interest? How do we owe interest if they paying the interest? I'm just asking. Somebody come in here later and give me answers. Cause and as the debt grows, so do interest payments. Higher interest rates mean the cost of serving the debt is increasing rapidly. Higher interest rates mean the cost of serving the debt is increasing rapidly. So it's not fixing shit. And when I be saying this shit obsolete, it's like, nigga, what? This is the best place ever to what? What are you talking about? The land of the exploitation. Ain't it, man? Foreign and domestic borrowing. Let's get into that. Since motherfuckers, we hate them immigrants and them foreigners. Okay. The U.S. borrows from foreign countries. Japan, China, UK, and etc. Go do homework. Domestic banks and the Federal Reserve to finance spending. So if they're financing our spending, why do we have to pay taxes and interest? Have y'all gotten this shit yet? See, I have to do these shows because most beings aren't gonna be able to process it. They just not. So there's no need in me, you know what I mean? So just do a show. That could be as short-winded or as long-winded as it need to be. Here we go. So when we say, or them, they, those say everything is prepaid, we just said they pay the interest on, they pay what? The U.S. pays on its interest. I mean, on its debt. So how do they say we owe debt then? If they're paying on the debt? And then it says the United States borrows from foreign countries, blah, 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 domestic banks and the Federal Reserve to finance spending. So when we say finance, right? If they're financing, that means they're putting up the upfront money for the spending. Let's come on with what if somebody's financing something, that means what? They're already putting up the upfront money. And the only reason that all of these mechanisms and shit are here is because these motherfuckers are fucking up the money. These motherfuckers are fucking up the money constantly, and then they're putting in programs and all of this other shit that what? Exacerbates or worsens, let's do a simple word, worsens the fucking problem. Yeah, it gives that immediate dose of dopamine, but then it's like, damn, it's a hell, just like with the energy drinks, it's a hell of a crash. Ain't it, man? Long term, that shit is a hell of a crash. You keep drinking them bitches on. So look, the dollar's global reserve currency status allows the U.S. to borrow cheaply. So now we see what? The BRICS coming into whatever, because other investors or other people at the table like, man, my goddamn, I mean, these motherfuckers just making us hopes and promises and dreams and shit. Like, what? I mean, what's up with the money? Why we keep giving these motherfuckers money? And then they're giving us what back? What are they giving us back? That's tangible, a tangible good or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It says political gridlock. Ooh, what people just got out of, right? Political, that's why they call it a campaign. They need what? Funding for, oh my God, damn, y'all. I mean, that's why it just blows me when people still fall for this vote shit. It's just like, damn, they need y'all. Political gridlock and lack of physical discipline. Listen to that. Political gridlock and lack of physical, physical. And we not talking about like physical like your body. We're talking about FISCAL, like the physical, like business, physical year, physical discipline. Congress struggles to agree on spending cuts or tax increases to reduce deficits. Okay? Short-term political incentives often favor increased spending rather than physical restraint. All right? So they offering just short-term solutions. They saying just throw money at it, just throw money at it, just throw money at it. And that shit is making the shit fucking worse. Is this sustainable? The U.S. has managed high debt before, but concerns about rising interest payments, inflation, there's the word people throw around, and potential credit rating downgrades. Huh? Oh man, my credit, I gotta fix my credit. And potential credit rating downgrades continue to grow. These are things that's going on now, but it's just gonna get worse. Solutions could include, here go the solutions, spending cuts, which a lot of people are in an uproar over, but they don't understand, they don't have economic literacy, they don't have financial literacy and all of that type shit to even understand what's going on and why. Tax increases or economic growth to reduce debt relative to GDP. Is the US dollar connected to gold? No. The US dollar, the United States dollar, is not backed by gold. The US officially abandoned the gold standard in 1971 under President Richard Nixon in what is known as the Nixon shock. You heard that term before? Brief history of the gold standard, Huh? That's what I asked on Boyce Watkins, his show in one of his lives the other day. When they gonna put the gold standard back on the money? That's what you should be talking about. Okay, brief history of the gold standard and the US dollar. Gold standard era. I know that had to be a beautiful era. You know what I mean? Gold standard era. 1972. I hope y'all writing these years down. 1972 to 1933. All right. So when was it? There you go. The US dollar was directly tied to gold. All right. Meaning you could exchange paper money for a fixed amount of gold. So people like, it was too heavy to carry around. It was a fixed amount. So it wouldn't have been heavy to carry around, and then you could have got somewhere to store the shit. Any excuse will do. Ain't it, man? Any fuck ass excuse will do. So, cause the cartoons I used to watch with, what was it, DuckTales and all that, they had the gold coin money. They ain't had no bunch of paper money. Anyway, the Gold Standard Act of 1900. The Gold Standard Act of 1900. Go look that up. The Gold Standard Act of 1900 set the value of the dollar at 1.505 grams of gold. So it ain't like you was about to get, you know what I'm saying? And they could have done like most of these other countries. They could have infused and printed the gold into the paper money. Huh? They call it gold leafs. Huh? Yeah. I'm on this shit. Potential gold standard. Partial, my bad. Partial gold standard. So this is when the bullshit, got ready to start. You see, this is when the bullshit got ready to start. These are the years. Potential gold standard, 1933 to 1971. During the Great Depression, President Franklin D. Roosevelt ended gold convertibility for individuals in 1933. Okay, you ready? So when they be like, oh man, how the government holding you back? How they do? Okay. First of all, by making your quote unquote money obsolete. Oops. Motherfucking oops. Ain't it, man? Don't come with that knee-jerk shit with me, because I got knee-jerk answers for you. However, international trade still used a modified gold standard. Britain, and I don't mean like the what they call the area of Britain, Bretton Woods system, BRETTON. Go look that up. BRETTON. Bretton Woods system. All right. So that was the international still. Okay, however, international trade still use a modified gold standard where foreign governments could convert their US dollar into gold. So that answers a lot of questions. What my newbie was saying the other day when motherfuckers had to bring some back. Yeah, they don't let you bring it back because goddamn it, what? This shit over here obsolete. They shit ain't, more than likely. Ha! Yeah, you can't bring that shit back here. Okay, now let's get it. Let's get a little bit further. In the end of the gold standard, write this year down, 1971 to the present moment. And what has it done? So when I be saying comparison and contrast, go from 1933 all the way up to present moment, and y'all tell me what it has done. Has it gotten better, or has it gotten worse? See, this is how you measure results. Without a bunch of talking, about a bunch of semantic shit. From 1933, when it was you could get 1.505 grams of gold from 1792 to 1933. So from 1933 to the present moment now, has it been good or not? Now, what backs the US dollar now? The dollar is backed by faith. That's that shit. See, that's why they got y'all motherfuckers talking about, yeah, faith and believe and shit. Yeah. Yeah, they gotta promote that dumb shit to y'all. Have faith. Oh, I love this shit, man. This shit is funny. Psychological babble. Okay, where is it at? Yeah. It says by faith in the U.S. government, economy, and military strength. That's what the dollar is backed by. The first word was faith in the U.S. government. Now, when I be saying this good old fashioned pimping, motherfuckers be like, Well, what the fuck he be meaning? What the fuck is he saying? Why the fuck he keep saying that? The US dollar remains the world's reserve currency because anyway, meaning global trade and central banks still rely on it. The Federal Reserve manages the dollar's value through monetary policy, controlling interest rates and money supply. Until they run these bricks on that ass, ain't nobody gonna keep fucking with this goddamn bullshit. It's just taking a second to get. It's just taking a second. What happens without a gold standard? Pros, greater. The pros with a gold standard: greater economic flexibility, ability to print money during crisis, and control over inflation. So they shouldn't be printing money if there ain't no gold. If we aren't able to exchange it for gold, it shouldn't be no money printed then, correct, right? I'm just saying. Cons: risk of inflation, which we just said that in the last sentence. Increased government spending. So this is without a gold standard. So I'm thinking this is probably what a lot of people have been seeing over the recent years and decades and shit, right? Risk of inflation, or what they call now hyperinflation, increased government spending, and potential loss of confidence in the what? Dollar over time. Isn't that something? Last one and we wrapping it up. Returning to the gold standard is a debated topic. I don't know where it's debated at because I don't be hearing motherfuckers talk about it. I don't know what the hell that must be behind the clothes, behind the videos I haven't ran into yet or something. Where they talking about that at? But yeah, is a debated topic with pros and cons. Here's the breakdown to what would happen if the U.S. backed its currency with gold again. But see, now it's in such a fucked up ass state. I mean, pros: returning to the gold standard prevents inflation. The government couldn't print. Watch this. Prevents inflation. And watch this first joint. The government couldn't print unlimited money because every dollar would need gold backing. This would likely stabilize prices and prevent excessive inflation. Number two, limits government spending and debt. The U.S. couldn't spend beyond its gold reserves, forcing fiscal discipline. This could reduce deficits and slow debt growth. So it sounds like to me they need to go ahead and get this gold back booming off. Come on and open up the, but it might not. It might have gave all that shit away too. You know what I mean? Okay, number three, and then we got a couple more and we done. Strengthens the dollar's value. So these are all the pros. A gold-backed dollar might be seen as more stable and valuable, potentially attracting global investors. Restores public confidence, which is the real government. Many believe, which they should know, many believe fiat currency is risky. You should know that by now, because it's based on what? I love you, I trust you. It's based on trust, baby. That shit ain't that's some bullshit. It's based on bullshit, basically. Huh? A gold-backed system might increase confidence in the economy. Cons: Watch this. They said severe economic instability. The gold supply grows slowly, meaning the economy would have less flexibility. And they just said more flexibility. And to see how they conflict, you see how they do? They literally just said in the pros, it said more economic flexibility. Now they're saying because it will grow slow, it's gonna be less flexibility. So they're gonna have to figure that out to respond to physical financial crisis. And then it wouldn't be a financial crisis if the gold standard would force you to be more disciplined each physical year. So it would be no financial crisis. During recessions, the government couldn't print money to stimulate the economy. 2, limited gold reserves. The U.S. does not have enough gold. I wonder why. To back all dollars currently in circulation because they printed too fucking many. And still printing. This would require massive deflation. Go look up that word. Massive deflation or a much higher price for gold. The global trade problems. Countries with low gold reserves would struggle to trade, leading to potential economic downturns. Interest rates would spike. Borrowing money would become much more expensive, slowing business growth and home purchases. So basically, they won't be able to keep you in debt. The U.S. would lose monetary control. The Federal Reserve couldn't adjust the money supply because we just said they took the gold reserve standard off of money way back when. And then they kept printing fucking money. So that's the reason why all of these cons exist, because they created them by being dumb as fuck. Making it hard to manage recessions, unemployment, and economic booms. Is a gold standard realistic? The world has moved away from gold because a flexible money supply is needed for modern economies. No, it's not. Most experts believe, because you got people that buy gold right now, buy and trade gold and all that shit right now. So that's bullshit. But anyway, most experts believe, they should know, not believe, a return to gold would cause severe deflation and limit economic growth. Okay, it hasn't been economic growth without it. Like, what are we saying? Alternatives to gold-backed money. A commodity-backed dollar, parentheses, tied to multiple assets like gold, silver, oil, or crypto. Bitcoin or digital assets as a reserve currency instead of gold. So these are more suggestions for solutions. Stricter, watch this. Stricter, that means more financial discipline. Stricter physical policies to reduce debt without changing the dollar's foundation. All right, y'all. This is today's show on the U.S. debt. I had a little more, but my joint is on 5%. So we're going to wrap it up. We're going to do a part 2, and we'll be talking about if the U.S. were to return to the gold-backed currency, what would it look like? What would the steps be? How would a gold-backed dollar work today? You know what I'm saying? We can cover that in part 2. So gratitude. Hope you got something out of this. Share, subscribe. Cosmic Mind UV.